Alright, the people have spoken. We're finally doing this video. So, hi you guys and welcome to my channel. I'm back with a new video. And oh my god, you guys have spammed me saying that I have to check out Roberto Duran. So we're gonna do it. Hands of Stone. Does it say here? Shish! I'm not gonna ramble. Let's get straight into this video and see what he's all about. Alright you guys, let's see.
Roberto Duran.
Coming from Panama City, Panama, Roberto Duran.
He was the most macho fighter in boxing. Those demonic black coal eyes.
Hands of Stone, Roberto Duran.
Roberto Duran brings an intensity and a fire into the ring, unprecedented in ring history of South America. He's one of the meanest looking fighters inside the ring, and he means it.
Oh, I believe it.
Hands of Stone. Acknowledged by most to be the greatest lightweight in boxing history, he was a terror who intimidated opponents with sheer machismo.
Ice cold. Ooh.
You know, when I first saw Ali, I said, yeah, that's who I wanted to be.
Mike.
I know I wanted to be a fighter, but then I saw Roberto Duran. That's people scared to look at him. Devil.
I mean, he looked at you with those dark, hollow, cold eyes. And he looked right through you. And sometimes that was just enough.
An intimidator who snatched souls like Shang Tsung.
Your soul is mine.
These flat arms out.
Manos de Piedra, Hands of Stone,
Okay,
Roberto Duran.
This is like the 80s music.
You were born and raised in the slums of Panama, right?
They were very poor, so he had to go out every day and try to make, a living and sell newspapers or whatever just to get by.
Turning to boxing as a means to earn a living, Duran had to carry stones in his pockets in order to make the 127 featherweight when he debuted at age 16. Born in the slums of Panama, Duran and his family ran the streets day and night, shining shoes and selling papers to get by.
He found an order in a disorderly universe when he was a child in learning how to fight.
Look at the hands. It's like all the way.
So then you turned pro at 16, which I guess in the U.S. here would be pretty young, but not so much there, right?
Poverty and despair have a way of forging our greatest warriors.
Different kind of hunger.
Greater prize fighters
You're
come.
poor.
They come from desperate,
It's survival. It's
poor
life and
circumstances.
death, really.
Nothing creates the hunger to succeed like the hunger to eat.
But Duran was always my favorite just because he's a animal, man.
He mean it when he hits. It's no act, no play, no show.
What a great night and a great showing for a future brilliant star on the horizon, Roberto Duran.
Dios mío. I got so much goosebumps.
Hands of Stone.
He was nicknamed Hands of Stone early in his career for obvious reasons.
Roberto Duran es programado para pelear con el boricua Benny Huertas.
You guys want a combo?
His aggressive, crowd-pleasing style made him an instant star in Panama.
And a man who is one, if not the greatest lightweight champion of all time.
Now listen, you could choose which division. That's how great he is. He was a champion at lightweight, welterweight, junior middleweight, and I believe middleweight.
So we're all set to go with this one. It's a scheduled 10-round junior lightweight battle, special attraction. featuring the up-and-coming Roberto Duran from right here in Panama. Kobayashi comes in at 60 wins, 9 losses, 4 draws. I'm Sheridan here with this sports classic for you, Roberto Duran. And the reason I call it a classic is because Roberto Duran is going to be a future champion of the world.
You let him in, it's over.
It drops the former champ. Roberto Duran has him down. He's not going to make it. 6, 7, 8, 9, and he's counted out to 10. Look at the crowd. They love Roberto Duran. He's going to be a great champion. I'll tell you, folks, if he gets that shot they're talking about against the lightweight champion Kenny Buchanan of Scotland, it'll be terrific.
And intimidated that we hadn't seen since Sonny Liston. Roberto Duran had that. We just stared at guys.
You compare and mention Sonny Liston with the names.
And just made them kind of like evaporate.
Cool, calm,
Steve, people that throw them in fast is very fast.
Loud there.
Ferocity and savage punching. Has great anticipation of punching. He's just all around marvel in the ring.
Mike say that? Mike? Then you know it.
Some people would take their spirit out, just like be one of those kung fu movies where the guy just put his hand right through your chest. Yada!
Boom! Perfect timing.
He punched this guy so hard he messed up the tracking on this VHS. In his first title shot, Duran would take on fellow legend Ken Buchanan in
that was 70s?
New York City.
He was back in New York to fight lightweight champion Ken Buchanan.
The champion, Ken Buchanan of Edinburgh, Scotland, and the challenger, Roberto Duran of Panama City, Panama.
The champion.
They played some 80s tunes in the beginning, no? I mean, I'm born 93, so what do I know about I mean, I should have known with the cabinet. It was a little older.
Challenger is working on a percentage.
This is definitely some 80s, but look at that. Look at the pants.
Yes, it is. Johnny scores at a knockdown.
I mean, the quality.
I don't know of any other fighter who was quite that wild in the ring. And yet he was in control of himself as a boxer.
Duran almost as fresh as when he started.
He battered the champion over 12 rounds.
Wow, 12?
Now Duran, the challenger, is just dynamite with his right hand.
Can't hit him.
Round 13.
Buchanan collapsed at the end of the round, and the fight was stopped.
Is he okay?
Buchanan went down after the bell, holding his groin. The fight has been stopped.
Obviously.
The fight has been stopped, and the winner, 21-year-old Roberto Duran of Panama.
Roberto Duran was now the lightweight champion of the world.
There's pandemonium in the ring as people are trying to get in there.
He was celebrated as a hero upon returning to Panama.
When he returned home, they declared a national holiday.
Hands of Stone began a reign of dominance over the lightweight division that would last 5 years.
I love the old ones with the stitch, the letters and stuff, and how it looks. I love them. So plastic now.
You are a great defensive fighter, and I don't think people talk about that often. But you were able to stand in the pocket and make people miss you. And that was part of your offense, was having such a great defense.
Duran is called, I mean, if we read the sports pages here, one of the toughest punchers for his weight. He's a brawler, street fighter. Somebody said it's like being hit by a rock to be hit by this guy.
One knockout after another.
Duran is called Hands of Stone, and he can really rip you. The left hook is his big one.
Propelled by a fury unlike few have ever possessed. Duran ran his record up to an astonishing 82-1.
Greats like Joe Louis, all of those great fighters from the 30s.
Wait,
Roberto Duran has qualities of each one.
Wait! No way! He said 82. He must have said 8. No way. No way.
And here you're talking about a fighter that's only 20 years old, and you're comparing him with some of the greats of all time, the Robinsons, as you said, the Lewises and the Alis. Shows you what a great fighter he is.
Harry Greb, all of those maulers, fighters, the men that stood right in front of you like he's doing now. He knows he's got this man in charge. He is punishing him. Hands of steel, hands of stone. Either way, he is one of the heaviest punchers for a little man that's ever been seen. You're trying to take his home and his money and his wife when you get in the ring with him, he says. You gotta kill him.
Oh my God. I hear that.
I think his first loss was to Esteban de Jesus. He lost a 10-round decision.
At last, Duran would get a chance to avenge that loss.
The scene is Panama City. There's better than 15,300 on hand for this lightweight title. It is a big fight. It is revenge in the heart of Duran to stop this man for the lightweight championship of the world. Roberto Duran against Esteban de Jesus. De Jesus, calm, collected. Duran, hands of stone, ready to come out, looking. And the bell for round 1.
Esteban dropped Duran in the first round.
They're both exchanging savage hooks. That's toe-to-toe action.
Duran would have to dig deep to overcome his rival.
Both mean business, but Duran is throwing everything he's got in this punch. De Jesus is a little bit more measured, a little bit cooler about everything. Maybe he can beat Duran. He's the only man to have done it.
He rematched against de Jesus and knocked out de Jesus back in the days when they went 15 rounds.
Barn burner so far, and it doesn't show any signs of letting up.
I don't want to block the video with all this music going on, but shish! Got him! Come on, got him there!
He knocked de Jesus out in Panama, outdoors.
He's down for the right hand. The count is being picked up. He looks like he's not getting up. He's sitting down there very comfortable. He's not getting up. He cannot. It's all over. It's over. They have awarded it to Roberto Duran. He keeps his title. Roberto Duran, the victor in his hometown in Panama.
Hands of Stone reigned over the lightweight division for 5 years as undisputed champion.
Thank you very much, Tom. Today's match marks Duran's 6th defense of the title. He won by stopping Ken Buchanan back in 1972.
I just take that Sports Illustrated $1.
He defended his title 12 times, accumulating a record of 62-1. With 54 wins coming by way of knockout.
Come on!
His fights were must-see events in Panama,
Insane.
where he was revered as a hero.
See why?
With each spectacular knockout, his
Oh
star
my God! Look at him!
rose.
He's finished!
Oh, he's out.
Come on! He was out before! How did he do that? He was done with
The
it.
entire boxing world wanted to witness the famed Hands of Stone.
Nobody cared in those days about unbeaten. What they cared about is what Duran did, which is you fight the best guys out there.
And he fought so many great fighters at so many weight classes.
Willamar Fernandez to the right of your screen.
The challenges. It's crazy at the same time.
Boy, Duran is dynamite.
He had great reflexes, great defense. He was aggressive, but he was an aggressive counterpuncher, an aggressive boxer. Not only was he aggressive, and he'd break it down, a great body puncher, good hand speed, great technique.
lefties, he's special.
He's out. He's not going to get up.
Good sportsmanship. There you go. To the liver.
The lightweight champion of the world is...
Stop. Stop. There's no way that was Don King. You guys.
Sixth title defense. He's knocked out 40 of 50 people he's fought. Can young Ortiz from Mexico stay in there with him?
You have
Well, I'll
to
tell you,
be
it's going to be an interesting fight for the simple reason. I don't know if Duran can handle a southpaw.
He's lost just once in his career in an over-the-weight match, and he later reversed that same decision. Duran is 24, Ortiz is 26, so age should not be too much of a factor.
Ortiz was viewed as a real threat to Duran.
I'm very intrigued by this fight. I'm watching Duran. He's not his usual confident self.
A skilled southpaw who was known for his toughness.
Remember, 135 is the limit for the lightweight championship bout. Round number 1. We're on. Duran. He is strong, and he likes to fight. Ooh, a right hand gets through on Ortiz.
Duran bullied him.
Cornered him just like that.
Look at the back on this young man. 135 pounds.
I don't blame him.
Layers of muscle across that back.
Battering him round after round.
You found some space, so your face
Back
is
to
open.
you. 135 pounds. A fighting machine. He likes it.
This is like pretty.
Challenger is down with a
It's the
right hand
hunger.
uppercut. 17 seconds left in the round, and they're counting now. It's over.
There's no way I'm seeing Don King in the crowd.
Roberto Duran is the champion. Still the champion of the world.
Champion, but there's no way, you guys. You have to.
Roberto, he was in Rocky too, and he's supposedly Rocky's sparring partner. The way he could move his head just an inch, it's impossible to hit him.
A grudge match with Esteban de Jesus was set. A final fight to settle the rivalry once and for all.
They're in Vegas. Look at the crowd.
As a lightweight, I think he was unbeatable as a lightweight. Although he had his greatest fight as a welterweight.
A touching side story to this rivalry was how close these two warriors became. Esteban died of AIDS, and in a time when the disease was shrouded in misinformation. Duran lovingly embraced his greatest rival and told him he would always be the champ.
Oh, wow. That's just my
Roberto was now struggling to make the 135 weight. He began ballooning between fights.
All right, let's go and see at Madison Square Garden the great fight between Roberto Duran and Monroe Brooks. And Gil Clancy, Duran looks to me to be a little heavy around the waist. I wonder how fit he is for this fight.
He would see a right hand coming and just ride with it.
And then return fire.
Yeah, come right back.
Quickness! You guys see the quickness?
Tie you up in the inside, tie one arm up, work you over, spin you around,
Turn
make
you
you
a little.
pivot. Oh.
And Duran from Madison Square Garden in New York, round 8, scheduled for 10. Duran just standing in there flat-footed now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh. That low. That low.
A hard left to the body. Left hook to the liver. That's it. It's all over. Arthur McCandy says, sorry, Monroe. You've really had enough. It was a left to the body.
Despite his historic reign, Duran was still relatively low paid. If Duran wanted to make millions, he would need to move up to welterweight and take on bigger names.
Nobody wanted to fight him. There were no opponents, and they would wait for him to get weight and then try to make a fight. Nobody will spar him.
Roberto Duran hardly needs any advertisement. The undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He outgrew in weight the lightweight classification. He's moved on upward to this, the welterweight classification. Regaled by the press, and deservedly so, as the fighter of the decade of the 70s. 70 fights in all, 69 victories.
And Roberto Duran attempting to prove he can make that transition from 135 to 147 pounds. Of course, a legend as the lightweight champ.
In the crowd, Sugar Ray Leonard witnessed Duran taking more shots than normal, sparking the idea that Duran was vulnerable.
Good exchange in which Wellington got in a couple of good combinations. Roberto got in his usual sledgehammer.
Crossing paths, seeing them together.
Leonard saw a chance to knock out Duran because Duran was slower at the higher weight.
But he wasn't as strong as he's going to be. The last fight, he wasn't quite as strong. This fight, he's strong. In the next fight, he's going to be very strong. As I told you, the monster is loose and on the way to the title.
Leonard knew what knocking out the famed Hands of Stone would do for his reputation.
I think that after this particular fight, the press will realize that the guys that they say Sugar Ray can't deal with, or this guy's too strong for Sugar Ray, Sugar Ray can't punch, Sugar Ray has not been in the ring with anyone that is a legitimate fighter, these statements I will be able to silence completely, once and for all.
And so the super fight between Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran was set. Sugar Ray thought he was facing a big name on the downside of his career. He thought
don't understand.
wrong.
Yeah.
We were watching the news. Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Leonard.
I think he made the order for Sugar Ray. I think Duran, because his style, he walks in, you know, wide open, and the other fella's so fast, and he's such a great boxer.
Few gave Duran a chance.
Sugar Ray will stop him. Why? I think he's a much better fighter than Roberto Duran.
And I saw Duran's eyes, and Duran's physical expression changed to a mean. And he said, I hate him. I'm gonna beat living S out of him.
Duran was training like he hadn't even.
If someone trained like that, you guys, you know it's over.
I am for him to get out there and really do it. If he ever won a fight in his life, he wants to win this
I really don't want me to block this video with the music copyrighted.
Duran is a club fighter.
They're playing a lot.
Not too smart.
He seemed like, they say, you know, black eyes, dangerous and stuff like that, and scary, but he seemed like a good person. Just good sportsmanship, showing over and over.
Motivated by a real challenge, Hands of Stone was ready.
Well, Sugar Ray Leonard, who fights with a flair, and Roberto Duran, who fights with a fury, square off tomorrow night in Montreal for the WBC welterweight title.
In Panama, the entire country watched their hero.
Yeah.
It would be a historic
Kind of showed
clash.
Sugar Ray Leonard. He thought that he was on
Most
his
of
way
the
down.
world believed Duran would be outmatched against
Obviously,
Sugar Ray at
you want to fight
welterweight.
Duran. That is says a lot
The fighters that have fought him,
about good.
and everyone underestimates them. They think they can win until they're in the ring with him.
Sugar Ray Leonard defending against the challenger Roberto Duran. There, Roberto Duran in his dressing room. Intense. He has approached this fight with an almost religious fervor.
He was Roberto Duran.
Let's go.
Against the undefeated, ever popular, Ray Leonard. Beats him from pillar to post.
Roberto Duran challenging Sugar Ray Leonard.
Last-minute instructions from Angelo Dundee.
Leonard stood in front of Duran, looking to put him down.
Here we go.
But Duran